set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Benson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
From the 24 now, here's second down and 7. Murray now. And this is going to be incomplete. You talk about this Bengals defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend to the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Murray now to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He's on his way. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
11 MT.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. DK Metcalf, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And that is wide to the left and no good, but there are multiple flags on the field. I think this drive is going to stay alive. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
This time, the extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Kyler going to give this to Benson. Fancy footwork at the 45. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First down, Arizona.
Another run here with Benson. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey Benson with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Burrow will throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. Seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Here we go. At the 42-yard line.
180. What is that?
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The Bengals at 6-5 now on the year. And they were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
They'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
Done.
Now it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm is going forward. Incomplete pass.
12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11. MT tape. 11 MT tape.
Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Stop. 180. 180. Stop.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. McPherson on for the point after. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They're both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They run over center with Benson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You talk about this Bengals defense. They enter play ranked 8th against the run in the NFL.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if we can get to it. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now Murray. That's caught. It's a rookie from Alabama. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now a 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Open man here is Benson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up the 3rd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Demetrius Knight drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. How about this? They'll change it at the line. they've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go. God. 11 MT, take. 11 MT, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. God.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
The ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. To throw is Murray. He's got it. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Benson is in. Touchdown, Arizona.
Touchdown, Arizona.
So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Slide for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing, and we're all knotted up at 14.
Ties the game at 14. Joey Sly set to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Get your money up. I put money down on all of us, on my people now, on what I love. Ooh, baby, it's dangerous. Your problems are just not the same.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14-all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 11 Tommy.
Now Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. This is caught inside the 15. All the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 74 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And McPherson on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And the kick team down there quickly. They don't have to run as far as
I'm getting ready to pause the game for 2 minutes. I gotta go help my dad real quick. Hang on. Thanks, bro. I'm back.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Murray going to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And he does not get to the 1st down marker as they stop him at the 19. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. Oh, they're changing this at the line. Murray and company going for it on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll get this out to the 34-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off for the first down. Here's Murray. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
2nd and 10. To throw, it's Murray. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, that held up there a long time, but it falls innocently and incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Big Ace open.
Now Murray again. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
11, 12, 12, 12. 11, 12, 12, 12.
Now it's Burrow. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To the right side, incomplete to Metcalf. Now he's into the clear again. DK Metcalf. And he will take it on for a Bengals touchdown. DK Metcalf on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves.
They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Murray now going to do it himself. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing now is Murray. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Bengals are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Fuck!
Pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
11, 11, 11. Tom, 11 MT, 11 MT. 11 MT, tape. 11 MT, tape. Stop.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Good set. Right 80. Right touch. Twelve, 12, 12. 11, 11. 12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11. Stop.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And this is caught. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Jody Sly set to kick off.
The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And he returns this to the 22.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
On 2.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go, here we go.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Here's Burrow. Now he's going to step up and run. He's going to have no hookup here to chase. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Hot. Ready? Race hot. MT, 11 MT. 11 MT, tape. 11 MT, tape.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. Well, he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, down at the 31.
11.
Again, it's Burrow. This one complete. It's Devon Vele.
Here we go.
They'll empty the backfield. A 5-receiver set on 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Cardinals, 24-yard line.
And Burrow going to change the play.
MT. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 180. 11.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Devon Vele, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Cardinals 14. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On first down, it's Benson. And he's got some space here. Now he's loose again. Inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey Benson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Cardinals are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Joey Slye set to kick off.
Joey Slye now to kick off after the touchdown. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Bengals drive about to get going.
11-11.
Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter.
What is that? 11, 11 Thomas. 12. 11. 11 MT, Tate. 11, 12.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It's a gain of 35.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
11 mighty. God.
Burrow looking to pass. Now he'll tuck this and run. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile.
11 MT. 12. 11. God.
They snapped that at 1. Now it's Burrow. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. DK Metcalf, 51 yards. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Murray now. He finds his man, complete. That's Benson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. That might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. A give up the middle with Benson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. And the Bengals are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. 4th quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to get this deep onto Arizona's side of the field. A big play there for Cincinnati. 52 yards.
11, just set. 11, big 13. Big 13. 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11, 11. 11, Thomas. Stop.
Burrow will throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
On 2, ready?
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 11, MT, take. 11, 12, 12, 11, mighty. 11, mighty. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And Burrow going to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here we go. Right 80. 6.
Now it's Burrow. Touchdown Bengals. T. Higgins from 4 yards out. And the Bengals have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to, because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Gets past one man. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. 74 yards. And the Cardinals get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense. He made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Joey Sly sets to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to forward on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Gun. Cut. Hey, can. 11 mighty. 11 mighty. 12. Cut.
They go play action with Burrow. And he will find his man Chase complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 28 yards. Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great play there. With now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Oh, nice move. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
To throw is Murray. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
One, ready? Here we go. Right 80. Let's go.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Got.
They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Here we go, here we go. Side. 180. Side.
An inside give, Brown. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they
Here
are
we go.
in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
48-yard line.
Gun. Side. 180. Raise hot. Hot.
Well, partner, under the lights in prime.